Hey friends, it's Laura and welcome back to Book Bubbler. Oh, happy Friday. It's been an okay week for me, not terrible by any means. It's just been a lot of up and down. So in Wisconsin, normally in March, it's, spring is just thinking about starting, temperatures are in the 20s and 30s more reliably and whatever. It was 60 degrees, over 60 degrees, I think Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. The sun is out, the snow is gone. There's little chunks like in yards here and there, and I'm sure there are still the huge piles in parking lots, but it's been really nice to have spring very suddenly appear. I have no expectation it will stick around because we have had snowstorms in May before, so I'm just thankful that I'm not blinded by all the light reflecting off of the snow at the front of my house. There's a word for that. I don't know what that is, but it's like you lose your cornea. Yeah, it was an okay week for me, not bad. I finished 2 books and got one in, but it's a paperback swap book, so it doesn't really count. Before I get into all my normal Friday read stuff, I've got 2 things. One is a podcast recommendation. I knew she had done this, and it's my bad for not getting to it sooner, but my wonderful, wonderful friend here on BookTube, Mary M, has her very own book podcast called Mary M's Book Pod. It's anywhere you can find a podcast, and I think she said she's also linking it on her YouTube channel, so copying it over there, so I will link her YouTube channel for sure. I doubt my ability to link something outside of YouTube, but we'll see. I'll do my best. But it's wonderful. They're nice digestible sizes between 10 and 20 minutes, talking about all sorts of stuff. It's like she has a YouTube booktube channel, but it's just in a podcast form. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Mary, you're doing a wonderful job. I love it. I listen to almost everything now. That was all yesterday. I was doing stuff and I was like, ooh, this is perfect for this. So it's wonderful. If you haven't heard Mary M's Book Pod, go check it out. She's fantastic. Fantastic. Also nice to hear her voice as someone who I've chatted with quite a bit online. It's nice to hear her voice and like I can imagine what she looks like better. Those little thumbnail things don't really do much. So yeah, go check out Mary's book podcast. And the song of the week this week is Eternal Flame by the Bangles. It's such a good song. It's such a good song. I just came up this week randomly on the radio and I thought, oh, it just made me so happy. So enjoy some Eternal Flame. I think everyone can agree. It's a great song. Okay, to the books. So the one that I got in this week, which doesn't count against me because I used a credit, a paperback swap, and I requested it before March and February. So this is the 5th book in the North Wales set Cozy Mystery series, the Penny Brannigan series, Never Laugh as a Hearse Goes by Elizabeth J. Duncan. I'm just going to get started on the first book this weekend, which you will see in my reading vlog that'll be up on Tuesday, hopefully. So yeah, now I have the 5th book. I think I was waiting for this ex-library copy for a year and a half, 2 years or something, but it finally popped up, so glad to have it. And it doesn't count against me, which is always nice. And then the 2 books that I did read this week. The first one is The Driver's Seat by Muriel Spark. This novella is about 100 pages long, and I started it, I think, January 1st, and just finished it now, like a couple days ago. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. I sort of do. I've never read Muriel Spark before. I've heard good things. I've also heard she's a bit of a Marmite author, so I thought, well, I'll give her a shot, that's fine. And I had heard a couple of my favorite booktubers, Simon at Savage Reads and Tom at Tom Reads Things, really talk about how great this novella was, and it's best if you don't know anything. So I'm not going to talk about the plot or anything in the book. I'm not going to spoil anything because I agree, it's good, but it helps if you don't know anything. So I got halfway through and then my bookmark sat there for 3 months. This is a dark tale. It's kind of twisty. It's for me it was a little oddly paced, and I don't know what I mean by that exactly other than it was a little oddly paced. It seemed to be like really a lot of stuff, and then all of a sudden you're like slammed back and you're internally inside the main character's body and her brain, and then you're out it again and then you're back in her. It was sort of like a quick in and out. Which threw me a little bit. It's not bad, it just threw me a little. And yeah, I don't know if I liked it. Parts I really enjoyed and parts I really didn't. So I gave it 3 stars. So it's right in the middle. I'm going to read some more Muriel Spark at some point and see what I think from there on out. I don't know if she's for me or not. And reading Goodreads reviews too. I think Sean the Book Maniac, I think he gave it 5 stars. Someone else I know gave it 1 star. Lots of people gave it 4s. It's all over the place. So this seems very subjective. I wouldn't say, oh, run out and read this right away. But if it's piquing your interest and you don't mind a dark novella, that's a little scattered feeling, a little unsettling, give this a shot. Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad to have this off of my shelf, and really exciting for me too. I just hauled this last fall, so the fact that I'm reading this in under a year is like majorly impressive. So there's that one. And then the only other one I finished is Becoming Duchess Goldblatt by Anonymous. So this was totally an impulse checkout at the library. I just heard about it and requested it. Like I don't know if it was in book pages or where I even heard about it, quite frankly. But I just gently breathed in, I was going to say inhaled, just like enjoyed the first 50 pages or so, and then let it sit there for like 10 weeks. It was way overdue when I returned it to the library, let me tell you that. This is about the fictional person of Duchess Goldblatt on Twitter. I am not on Twitter. So again, I don't know why I checked this like memoir out essentially, but it's about the author, Anonymous, about her life and her sort of crisis of getting a divorce, her husband leaving her, she didn't really expect it, and not being with her son all the time, and trying to start over in the workplace again. She must live somewhere near New York City because she's involved in publishing, so I'm assuming East Coast, at least East Coast America. So you talk about her life, and it seems very personal, but you never know her name. You never know anything about her, just details of her life, about her family growing up, what that was like. And then she talks about Duchess Goldblatt, how she came up with the name, which is wonderful, and finding the portrait that is the picture of Duchess now, and how she uses Duchess creatively to as an outlet. She can use, thinking about something that she wants Duchess to say, and that's like a little break from thinking about work or something else, a problem. So as she's out of her brain thinking about Duchess for 5 minutes or whatever, she can come back to her job with fresh eyes and figure out whatever she was missing before. I liked it a lot. I really love to especially, wow, Laura, I enjoyed that she created a real friendship with Lyle Lovett. The author loves Lyle Lovett in real life, has seen him multiple times, and she made the Duchess from Lyle's hometown. And I don't know how, I don't remember how, if it was in the book or not, I don't recall. Lyle found out about it and started following her, and they have a friendship now. She met him, and he's, given her tickets to shows, which she doesn't want to accept always, but Duchess Goldblatt is such a character. She is in her 80s. She's a best-selling author. She's known heartache and everything. She lives in Crooked Path, New York, which is a fictional town, of course. And she has the Goldblatt Prize for fiction, and she's got this great sense of humor, and she's a very caring person, wry and sharp and witty, but very caring and concerned about people. She's lived life. She's a great character, and I really liked Duchess a lot. I liked the author as well, and I appreciated her honesty and her warts and all approach to her life, still without knowing any specifics about her. It's really, really impressive. Yeah, I really liked it. I would love to find a copy of this book for my own shelves. I just liked what Duchess had to say, and I liked the humor and everything. I enjoyed it. 4 stars for sure. Absolutely. Oh, that's all I've got. I've been reading The Body by Bill Bryson. I've been working on that one on my ebook. I think I'm close to the halfway point or just past it. Hard to tell because there's such a big note section at the back. It says I'm like 43 or 44% into the book, which I think would make me just over 50% in real life. I have to check my physical copy and see where I am as of this morning, but working on that, that's been delightful and a good brief refresher on anatomy and physiology for me, which is always helpful. And I started reading for Dawithon, started reading the Mabinogion yesterday, and I'm enjoying it. It's nice. I have to get my brain used to the language, which is very, you know, seek thyself sureties. I just saw that line, that kind of thing. It is based on old tales, Welsh tales, and I don't know if I'll be able to read a lot more of this. I'm in the middle of the very first story, which is like Puel, I don't know, Prince of David. I don't know. This is the very first of the four, like initial, I think these are the like main stories, and then there's a whole bunch of other stuff after, obviously. So I'm halfway through this first one. I'm liking it so far, it's fine. I'm having a hard time reading this edition. Again, it is over thrift, so, you know, but it's just like walls of text. And maybe it's because of my age now, but this is the second time I've had a problem reading a book lately. Just physically reading this copy. I don't know if I can do this anymore, do these Dover editions. I mean, it's hard to keep track. So I'm going to keep at it. I'd like to read the first 4 tales for sure, but I'm going to keep looking for a new edition that's not this Dover Thrift edition. Nothing wrong with the language or anything else, just takes a little getting used to, of course, when you read anything that's older or an older translation. But yeah, I need to find a not Dover Thrift copy for my collection. So working on this. This weekend is the mid-month book bash hosted by the fabulous Doris at Aldi Books. Oh, I have to print out the bingo card. It's a spa theme, which I am totally into. I'll do that today and get that ready to go. So plans for the weekend. Vlogging, obviously. Tomorrow I've got a client in the afternoon, and then I think I'll just be home. I'm not sure what I'm doing on Monday, quite frankly. I need to work on my taxes this weekend for sure. I like to do them all in one day and then give it a day and then double check things and make sure I didn't miss a receipt somewhere, you know, that kind of stuff, before I drop it off at my accountant's office. And boy, is he necessary. Oh boy. Otherwise, I'll just be working on my huge list of books to read for the month. I still have all of The School for Good and Evil to try. I have the last 3 books in the Seasonal Quartet by Allie Smith. I have the last 4 books plus the Beatrice letters in the Unfortunate Events series. Excuse me. Oh, The Home Place and Ecology of Cracker Childhood for the Book Naturalist Book Club. Yeah, it's all kind of sitting here, but I seem to have my reading mojo back, which is lovely. It's lovely to read a book in person, like a physical copy. It's been a long time. And yeah, let's see what shenanigans I get up to this weekend. No idea. So, all right, I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. Enjoying the sunshine if you've got it. Otherwise, I hope you get some soon. It makes such a difference in attitude and everything else in the world, doesn't it? So take care of yourself, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.